Greetings, pen pals. We have a pen from Japan here today. This is an all-aluminum pen. This is the Muji Pen. If you're not familiar with Muji, it's a Japanese company that sells a lot of sort of household accessories, desk accessories, etc., stationery, that sort of thing. Best of my knowledge, they only actually sell one fountain pen. They have stores kind of in various places in the United States. I've seen a few smaller stores they have in airports and things like that. So they are fairly pervasive, or at least getting there in the U.S. This is an aluminum pen, and it is like I said, it's I think the only fountain pen that they sell. It comes very simply packaged, just in this simple little envelope. It's pretty much a fully cylindrical pen, like basically a perfect cylinder with some nice. The section has some nice, fairly heavy knurling here to give you a good grip. It's got a small little clip. That is springy and quite functional. It's not a particularly heavy pen, like I said. All aluminum, weighs 19 grams, and size-wise, it's pretty conventionally sized. Here it is. You can see pretty much spot on with the Pilot Metropolitan and a Lamy Safari. One of the things that's interesting about this pen is sort of the capping and posting design. To keep it perfectly cylindrical, there's basically a groove all around here that a piece of the cap sort of fits right into to keep it sort of perfectly cylindrical. If you look on the back, there's a similar groove, round groove around the back of the pen. So when you post it, it's the same effect. So the pen stays perfectly cylindrical both ways. That's probably one of the only really unique things about the pen. From a filling perspective, it is Cartridge Converter. It came with one cartridge. I had a hard time finding converter that would actually fit this. I was able to get this Kaweco mini converter to fit, but most of my other standard international converters did not. Another thing from a filling perspective to be aware of, because of this groove in here, you have to be very careful when you fill this and you dunk it in. You don't dunk it too far. You don't want to get ink up in that groove, because then it'll be a little bit of a pain to clean out. So it really was designed with cartridges in mind. However, I was not going to let that dissuade me from using my own bottles of ink. From a nib perspective, it's a fairly ordinary nib. It says some scrollwork, a big F for fine, and says iridium point, and it has a fairly ordinary and uninspired plastic feed. Like I said, the grip section is very comfortable and nice. It has this knurling that's comfortable, grippy, but not sharp or abrasive or anything like that. So it's actually quite well designed. It's decently long posted. You could use it unposted, but this pen was really designed to post because of the way this whole fancy groove and tongue and groove kind of mechanism kind of works. So you do really want to post it. And like I said, it's not a heavy pen by any means. So you're not going to have a back weighting problem or anything like that when you post this pen. And like I said, the whole thing's aluminum, a sort of matte finish, nice aluminum, and perfectly cylindrical, if that's the kind of thing that you kind of like and are interested in. But that's the Muji Pen. Price-wise, I think they're $12, $15 or thereabouts. Not particularly expensive. It's you're not getting, to be honest, you're not getting an awful lot here. You're getting a steel nib and an aluminum tube. So there's really, like I said, there's not much to this. It's very sort of minimalist, I should say, but it is quite nice. Oh, and one other thing to point out: both ends of the pen kind of match. They both sort of have this inset disc effect, which matches, which does look kind of nice. And like I said, what you're seeing there is the groove that the cap fits into when you go to post it. That's the other thing. You saw what I had to do there. It's very precise when it posts, because that groove has to line up perfectly. So you do end up fiddling with it a tiny bit until you get used to it to get it to post. But not a bad pen, all in all. And again, sort of a very simple, ultra minimalist style pen. But the big question: how does it write? We're going to find that out right now. Okay, folks, what we're writing with here today is the Muji Pen. That's M-U-J-I. And this pen is sold by Muji, which is like I said, the Japanese housewares company. And this is a fine steel nib. This is not the smoothest nib I've ever written with. It's okay. So I'd say it's a okay from a smoothness perspective. Again, not fantastic, but I can deal with it. It's quite fine though. It's definitely leaning almost towards the extra fine category. It does, however, have a tiny little bit of bounce to it, so you can squeeze. I wouldn't call it a flexi pen, but you could definitely squeeze out a tiny bit of variation. Whether that's worth doing or not, hard to say. I'd say from a wetness perspective, it's probably below average. I'd say this pen runs a little bit on, when you're not flexing or anything like that, it definitely runs a little bit on the dry side, but not terrible. It's would be better served with a better nib. I have many $2 Chinese pens that have better nibs than this, so which is a little bit of a shame because the design on this pen is pretty nice. What I will probably do, I got this a few months ago. I've been using it off and on. I'm probably going to just replace the nib. It's a fairly standard size nib. I think I should be able to find a replacement for it, and then I'll probably be happy with the way it writes. Or I may try tuning this nib just a little bit, but not the pen would be served with a better writing nib, because aesthetically it's a pretty nice pen, a little unique, and very sort of industrial looking, obviously. So I think it could definitely be sort of salvaged if I either worked on the nib or replaced the nib. So I might actually just do that. So that's about it for this Muji pen. Let's take a look at this ink now a little bit, shall we? Okay, this ink is Colorverse Eagle. And this is as part of the Apollo 11 50th anniversary limited edition set. You cannot buy this particular little bottle individually. It came in a set of inks that was part of the that came out back in July to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing. So if you go back and look through my videos, I did a full unboxing video of that set, and I walked through each of the inks individually. So this is Colorverse Eagle ink, which is sort of a turquoise aqua type ink. Pretty nice though. It's definitely a little bit on the lighter side, so probably would be better served with a slightly broader pen, but it is definitely a pretty color. Doesn't do a ton in terms of special effects, no shimmer, no sheen, and sort of minimal amounts of shading on this rhodia paper at least. Let's take a quick look at how it looks on Tomoe River paper. Okay, like we said, what we're writing with here is Colorverse. Eagle. And this is on Tomoe River paper. And, you do get a tiny bit more color variation on this Tomoe River paper than you did on the rhodia paper, but again, not a lot. So I wouldn't call this a particularly shading ink either. It's just a pretty color, and again, very much on the light side. So definitely a light turquoise, light aqua type color. Okay, I think that might just about do it for this week's episode. So if you enjoyed this video, I definitely would encourage you to subscribe. Please, please leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, etc., etc., and so forth. And as always, until we see each other again, have a great day. Bye-bye.